So, you want some skins, but you don't have thousands of pounds to spend on a shiny new gold AK. Well, don't worry, because not all skins are expensive, and as well, not all cheap skins look bad. In fact, some look pretty damn good. So getting your inventory looking decent doesn't have to cost you your left nut. And with a bit of creativity in places, I think you can get a pretty damn nice looking loadout. Now, what do we class as affordable? If a skin is under £10, it's kind of affordable, but not really. If it's under £5, then it's fairly affordable, but for the most part, we're looking for skins in the less than £3 or £2 range. Oh yes, and I'll be talking about pricing in pounds throughout the video, because I'm British and I drink my water out of bottles.
Lad, are you dumb? Are you getting rude to man?
So with that all being said, let's get on to the first skin, the USPS Guardian. And what a nice skin to start on. I love an old school skin, and this one coming from 2014 from the Phoenix collection. I remember I had one of these back then, and I loved it then, and I still love it now. It's crazy that you can still find the skin in minimal wear for just over £2, or you can grab a field tested for just over £1. Again, for the USP, we have the Cyrex, being added in 2016, and you can get this one in factory new for about £2.50. I love the clean look, it's just a nice skin. Moving on to the Glock, we have the slightly more expensive Water Elemental, another old school skin coming from the 2014 Breakout collection, but what I quite like about this skin is that it wears quite nicely, so you can grab a field tested for about £3. We're going to stick to the old school theme here with the pistols, with the P250 Franklin. And this skin is just gangster, let's be honest. It's got dollar bills on it. It's from the 2014 Bank collection, and in factory new, it's still only £1.50. Feel free to grab a minimal wear or lower, they'll all be less than £1. To finish out on the pistols, I'm going to recommend a field tested to battle scarred 5.7 Monkey Business. What's so cool about this skin is as the float gets higher, it looks like the banana is getting old and brown. So I think in lower floats, it actually looks pretty cool. I like the effect. But that also means you can get it for cheaper, field tested and below being £2 or less. The Deagle has especially expensive skins because the gun is so popular, but there are a couple here that you can go with. You could go for the blue ply. It does look quite nice, but I think it's a bit too common. You see it around everywhere. Instead, I'm going to recommend the Naga. I think it's hard to dislike this skin, and it also looks really good in all wear conditions. So you can get a battle scarred for just 70p or a minimal wear for 150. For the rifles, we're going to start with the FAMAS Mecha Industries, with field test and below being less than £2, but if you want a minimal wear, you will have to spend over £3. It's just a clean looking rifle. I like the white and red, just like that subscribe button down below. Now the Galil has one of my favorite skins that I'm going to recommend, the blue titanium. Coming from all the way back in the 2013 winter collection, it's just a sweet looking skin, especially if you love a minimal design. I think it's a great template to put any stickers on that you like, and in factory new, you can get it for less than £1. For the M4A1S, I'm going to recommend the Basilisk, another skin that's been around for a long time, coming from the 2014 Vanguard collection. It's another one of those skins that looks good in all wear conditions, because as it goes down, it just seems to get darker, and I think that kind of has its own appeal. Get a field tested for £2.70, minimal wear for just over £3, or feel free to grab a battle scarred. If you're an M4A4 lover, then I've got a couple options for you, but first we'll start with the M4A4 Griffin, also coming from the Vanguard collection. You can grab it in minimal wear for less than £2. Another option is the somewhat forgotten covert M4A4, the Desert Strike. You can grab it in field tested for less than £3, and I think it's nice to have a covert rifle, especially on your M4. It's nice to have that red silhouette in your inventory in the bottom right. A similar looking skin that you can get for way less is the Polymag, which in minimal wear is only 25p, and I still think looks pretty nice. For the SG, we're going to go with the Candy Apple, which for minimal wear you can get for about £2.70, field tested £2.50. I think it looks really nice, and when you consider that the Bulldozer can go to up to £70, then it doesn't look all too bad. And for the AUG, I'm going with the Aristocrat, which a minimal wear you can get for just 70p. A classy looking skin, I do say so myself. The rifles are all sticking to a minimal design, and that is not changing with the Scout, because I'm going to recommend the Carbon Fiber. You can't go wrong with all black, and you can grab this one in factory new for less than £1. And at that point, you may as well get a souvenir, because they're also just a few p more. I'm going to leave the Awp and the AK skins for the end of the video, so stick around for that. First, we have the SMGs. The Mac 10 actually has a fair few skins at low prices that I think are good. The the Rangine, Pipe Down, Last Dive, but there are two that I'm going to recommend especially, the first one being the Allure. The Allure looks like a pink to me, even though it's not. It's a beautiful skin, and we're gamers, so I know we're all weebs and we like that kawaii Asian stuff. The other Mac 10 I'm going to recommend is the Heat, and this skin is hot. All you need is 4 red stickers to put on it and you've got yourself a $10,000 skin. You can get the Allure in minimal wear for 70p or the Heat in minimal wear for just over £2. If you like your MP9, I'm going to recommend you the Mount Fuji. Get it in field test for 70p or minimal wear is a bit more with just over £2, but I like this skin. The pastel colors are easy on the eyes, it just looks good. Now the UMP is going to have my favorite out of all of the affordable skins, the Exposure. This skin is dank. It goes in factory new for less than £1. And for this skin, I'm actually going to recommend that you could get it in StatTrak. Factory new StatTrak only being £2.20 and minimal wear just over £1. I love this skin. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you're a big noob, so you're going to need a P90 skin. And for this, I'm going to recommend you get a battle-scarred Asimov. I don't know if it's just me, but I love the Asimov in battle-scarred. It's something about the futuristic style being worn away, it just looks cool to me. And you can get it for just £3.90. I thought I'd throw in a couple shotguns for you, starting with the Nova Koi, a nice, old school, pastel colored shotgun. You can get it in factory new for less than £1. And for the Swag 7 lovers out there, I've gone with the Monster Cool, which is actually a pretty damn nice looking skin. It looks like it should be a pink again, and in factory new it's about £1.50, but if you go minimal wear and lower it's less than 70p. It looks nice, I think it's a good option. Now finally, the Awp and the AK skins. The obvious choice for the Awp is the Atheris, with field tested only being £2.50, but I'm going to throw out another skin. You should have a look at the Exoskeleton, which in minimal wear you can get for just over £2. I think it's a pretty sleek looking skin. I can see how it would divide some people. But my real suggestion for the Awp is the Safari Mesh. And I'm not joking here, the Safari Mesh is a sick skin. It looks good in factory new, and it also looks good in battle scarred. I think it's a great template for putting stickers on. Don't sleep on the Safari Meshes, people. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention you can get it for just 20p. Now finally, the AK skin. Now AKs are going to be expensive, that's just the nature of them. I was dropped this Predator as my first drop ever in Counter-Strike, and it's now worth over £11. But that doesn't mean there aren't some good options. I'm going to recommend that you get a field-tested Legion of Anubis. You can grab it for around £7.50. I know it's a bit more expensive than the other skins, but it's your AK skin. You need to ball out just a little bit. If that's still a bit too much for you, then feel free to go down to the Battle Scarred, where you can get it in around the £5 to £6 range. And because the skin is quite sort of cluttered, the wear isn't particularly noticeable on it. To me, this skin looks like it can be on the level of the Empress, maybe even the Bloodsport, but you can get it for a lot cheaper. It's a covert, high-class rifle for not too much. So that's it, those were some of my recommendations, but what's most important is that you like what you like. If you like something for 10p, then you use it and play with it. And if you like this video, then give it a like. Alright guys, see ya.